Hi boys and girls, welcome to Storytime with Mrs. Dykstra. Today we are going to read another book in the Ertl, the Turtle, and Other Stories by Dr. Seuss. This time I'm going to be reading Gertrude McFuzz. There once was a girl bird named Gertrude McFuzz, and she had the smallest plain tail there ever was. One droopy drop feather, that's all that she had, and oh, that one feather made Gertrude so mad. For there was another young bird that she knew, a fancy young birdie named Lola-Lee-Loo, and instead of one feather, she had two. Poor Gertrude, whenever she happened to spy Miss Lola-Lee-Loo flying by in the sky, she got so jealous, she frowned and she pouted. Then one day she got awfully mad and she shouted, "This just isn't fair! I have one, she has two! I must have a tail like Lola-Lee-Loo!" And look at Lola-Lee-Loo. Can you see Lola-Lee-Loo over here? Maybe I'm holding it the wrong way. So she flew to her uncle, a doctor named Dake, whose office was high in a tree by a lake. And she cried, "Uncle Doctor, oh please, do you know of some kind of pill that will make my tail grow?" "Tut, tut," said the doctor, "such talk, how absurd. Your tail's just right for your kind of a bird." Then Gertrude had tantrums, and she raised such a din that finally her uncle, the doctor, gave in, and he told her just where she could find such a pill, on a pillberry vine at the top of the hill. "Oh, thank you," chirped Gertrude McFuzz as she flew right straight to the hill where the pillberry grew. Okay, first of all, boys and girls, we don't ever take pills unless it's for a specific reason. So don't listen to Gertrude here. Yes, there was a vine, and soon as she saw it, she plunked off a berry and she started to gnaw on it. It tasted just awful, almost made her sick, but she wanted that tail, so she swallowed it quick. Then she felt something happen. She felt a small twitch, as if she'd been tapped down behind by a switch, and Gertrude looked round and she cheered. It was true. Two feathers exactly like Lola-Lee-Loo. Then she got an idea. "Now I know what to do. I'll grow a tail better than Lola-Lee-Loo. These pills that grow feathers, they're working just fine." So she nibbled another one off of the vine. Okay. Then she felt a new twitch and Gertrude yelled, "Whee! Miss Lola-Lee-Loo has just two, I have three. When Lola-Lee-Loo sees this beautiful stuff, she'll fall right flat on her face, sure enough. And I'll show her who's pretty, I certainly will. Why, I'll make my tail even prettier still." She snatched at those berries that grew on the vine. She gobbled 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and she didn't stop, young Gertrude McFuzz, till she had eaten 3 dozen. That's all that there was. I personally think Gertrude was beautiful the way that she was. Then the feathers popped out with a zing, with a zang. They blossomed like flowers that bloomed in the spring, all fit for a queen. What a sight to behold! They sparkled like diamonds and gumdrops and gold, like silk, like spaghetti, like satin, like lace. They bust out like rockets all over the place. They waved in the air and they swished in the breeze, and some were as long as the branches of trees. And still they kept growing. They popped and they popped until long about sundown, when they finally stopped. "And now," giggled Gertrude, "the next thing to do is to fly straight home and show Lola-Lee-Loo. And then when Lola sees these, her face will get red and she'll let out a scream. Then she'll fall right down dead." Look at that tail. If Gertrude was being a nice person, she wouldn't wish bad things on other birds. Then she spread out her wings to take off from the ground, but with all of those feathers she weighed 90 pounds. She yanked and she pulled and she let out a squawk, but that bird couldn't fly, she couldn't run, she couldn't even walk. And all of that night she was stuck on the hill, and Gertrude McFuzz might still be up there still if her good uncle Dake hadn't heard the girl yelp, he rushed to rescue her and brought along some help. To lift Gertrude up almost broke all their beaks, and to fly her back home took about almost 2 weeks. And then it took another week more to pull out those feathers. My, Gertrude was sore. And finally, when all of the pulling was done, Gertrude behind her again had just one. That one little feather she had at the start. But now that's enough, because now she is smarter. Look at Gertrude, just like she was in the beginning. Okay, boys and girls, I'm wondering what lesson you learned from this story. So think about the lesson that Dr. Seuss was trying to teach you, the author's purpose for writing this story for you, Gertrude McFuzz. Type your answer in the box below the class tag video, because I love to hear your answers. And just know I'm thinking about you. I'm sending you my love. I hope you're pulling it in and keeping it close to your heart, because that's where I'm keeping you. Enjoy the rest of your day.